Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's the 5th video of my 31 Days of Halloween series. In this video, I'm just starting off with a little bit of Neutrogena Primer Serum. It's a mattifying serum, and I was a little bit oily when I was filming this, so I just used a little bit of that. And then I went in with the Wet n Wild foundation. I think this was in Rose Ivory. It's a pretty nice foundation formula. I think I like the coverage. The applicator's a little weird because it's like a plastic spatula, but once you get past the application issues, it's a pretty nice foundation. It's not too greasy, but it's also not too heavy or dry. It's a nice happy medium. And then I took a compact and I sketched out a circle on my cheek, and I was using a lip pencil for this, I believe, but it doesn't matter, just anything to make a mark would work. So I drew a circle, and then I went over it with the foundation that was left on my sponge just to tone it down a little bit. And a lot of this isn't in frame. I apologize for that. I was looking in the mirror and I didn't think about that I was doing it on my left side, so a lot of it is turned away from the camera, but I'm just sketching another circle inside of that circle. I could have just used something smaller and traced it, but I figured I'd freehand it. It's gonna look messy anyways. And then I went in and I started drawing in the B and W shapes. And then I'm going in with some cream paints. I have a bruise reel from Ben & I, and I went in with the red color. I also have a bruise wheel from Mayron, and here I'm taking the blood color from that palette, and I'm lining all of the drawn-in lines with that. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm trying to create what I think your face would look like if you were hit by a Volkswagen. Like if the emblem on the car hit you smack in the face. I know it's kind of a dumb idea, but I thought it looked neat, and it's a very recognizable logo that even if it's reversed, it's still a VW. So I could have done like forward or something, but then I would have had to write forward backwards, and that's harder to do than you think it would be. So I took the purple blue shade and I put that on my eye to make it look like I had a black eye. And then I'm just going in with some red shadows out of my ColourPop single shadows palette that I made, and I'm deepening up all those red tones as well as adding some sour bright pink kind of tones around the edges. Your skin would be very irritated if something like this actually happened. So I was trying my best to show irritation and swelling. And I went in with a little bit of yellow under my eyes and in other spots to try to mimic like early bruising. And then I went back in with a smaller brush and a darker color again, just deepening that up some more. And then I took some blood and I sprayed that on my face with a flicking motion on my brush. You didn't see it that much in the final product, but it added some nice texture, and I thought it added a little bit of realism to what I was trying to do, even though this is silly. And then I went in with that blood and I tried to paint it on the outline of the shape, but I went in with scab blood later and traced all the lines with the scab blood to make it look a little bit better. And then here I'm going in. I thought that I would do eyeshadow on my other eye with the logo colors for Volkswagen, so blue, silver, and black. I don't know if that really translated all that well, but I gave it a shot anyways. And then later I did also spray paint my hair with those colors, because I have those colors in like the hairspray color cans. But I don't think it showed up that much because my hair is blue right now, so spray painting blue on top of blue hair doesn't work. And I'm just blending that eyeshadow. I reached for the silver in my shimmers palette, added that into the inner corner. Earlier in the video, you might have seen me hold up a little silver bottle, and here I'm just using that. It's the Mayron silver chromatic powder that you mix with their mixing medium to create a liquid paint, and I'm just using that as eyeliner here. I cut out a good portion of me fiddling with that bottle because the lid exploded and silver powder went everywhere, and I had to pause to clean that up. There I was just setting that purple bruise tone with some eyeshadow just so that it wasn't sticky and moving around. And here I am. Earlier I mentioned I go back in with Scab Blood, and here I am just doing that. The Scab Blood is really what pulled this together, I think. That dark blood tone of like oozing cuts is essential to something like this. So there I am just painting it in. I know the logo isn't as clean as it could have been. It's a little off-center, but I try my best freehanding it. And I think it turned out alright for what I was going for here. And even though this footage is sped up, you can see I was really taking my time to try and not mess up drawing those detailed lines with the Scab Blood. And then here I'm going in with the fresh blood that I have. It's the thin kind that drips, and I was adding that on top of the Scab Blood. So when you put the Scab Blood down, it's kind of like a thick gel, and then to put the liquid blood on top, it has something to hold on to, so it's not just trying to stick to your skin. So it can add that kind of wet, bleeding look without being super messy. And there on that cut, I just popped in a white contact on that eye. Because I'd imagine if you were just hit in the eye, that would be kind of a problem. And then I was adding more bruise tone because at that point some of it had wiped off from me putting the contact in. And I'm touching up the blood again. And I thought it needed to be more drippy, so I'm adding more drips to make it look a lot more, I don't know, a lot more deep, like the cuts are deeper, and that it's a lot more painful, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then here I am painting Mayron tooth effects onto my front tooth, make it look like I knocked a tooth out. It's one of my favorite things to do, is make it look like I don't have teeth, because it's fun. Oh, that's a good look for me. That frame right there. Oh yeah. And now that that's dried, I'm gonna go in with some stage blood that is mouth safe, tastes like mint. And I paint that in to make it look like, you know, my teeth are bleeding because I knocked a tooth out. Funny enough, I actually almost did that the other day at work. But that's a story for another time. when you have, like, liquid on your teeth, your first instinct is to, like, spit it out. So, I tried to make it look like it was kind of, like, dripping out of my mouth. Tried my best. And then, I went and did my hair, and I decided that I was gonna add some blood along the hairline, just to accentuate the whole hit by a car thing. And, yeah, that was the final look, and I hope you enjoyed this video in my Halloween series this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.